Hi, so I'm up here and it is chucking it down. So I thought what I would do is I would do a little review, a long-term review of my mountain bike, which is this beauty here. It's a Santa Cruz Blur. It's the CC build, so the top spec frame, the lightest one. It's MX-01 build. So you can see here the Eagle drivetrain, X01 shifters. I've made a couple of changes to it, so I swapped to the Shimano XT brakes because the stock brakes that come with the bike, the cross-country ones, aren't very good, and the SRAM, I'm not a big fan of SRAM brakes.
Ollie, come on, this way.
I find they just don't, I don't like the feel of them, and they're quite hard to service as well, I find anyway, whereas Shimano brakes I have no issues with whatsoever. I think if, so at the time when I bought this bike, the Shimano was only 11 speed and it was quite a bit behind the SRAM. But if I was to buy the Blur now, I'd probably buy the XT build or the XCR build. It's really nice. I mean, the SRAM gears are alright, I don't mind them. Other changes I've made to it is I've fitted a Fox transfer dropper seat post, which is absolutely, well, it works flawlessly, it's great. And I've fitted a Fox 34 on front instead of the 32 step cast, which that fork that's on there now has got 120mm of travel, and it works really well. It is a little bit of a compromise uphill. I do find it slips out a bit. Hey. This could be interesting. And now you meant to ride up that. And I do miss it sometimes, so, and it's you can feel it's a little bit heavier as well, but it's not bad. The wheels on the bike are DT Swiss. They've got 350 hubs, which have been absolutely flawless. I've had this bike for about 3 years, quite a while. The rims themselves are DT Swiss XR361s, which are a little bit narrow by today's standards, but they are nice and light. I've not had any issues until the Scotland trip, where I've managed to put a bit of a dent in there. I don't know if you can see that, but that's down to my clumsy riding and not being able to bunny hop over water bars. The rear shock stock. Oh, I changed the so the rear suspension has got a remote lockout, and the front one did, but I've changed it to the 34 fork. I've changed it to the RockShox twist grip, which works pretty well. Although the only problem with having all of this stuff, so the dropper, all the gears and the remote lockout, is all of these wires at the front, which kind of does my head in. So I said about talking about swapping to XT, but I might, once this drivetrain's worn out, swap to the Axis group set, so I've not got as many wires, or I may just swap the dropper post for the RockShox electronic dropper. But I'm pretty bad at remembering to charge stuff up, so it may not be the best idea, because I'll forget the batteries or I'll forget to charge them up, so I'm a bit of a nightmare like that. And also I like my long rides, so I don't know how well the battery lasts on that. Tyres, it came with Max's Aspens, which weren't that great, so I swapped the front one for Max's Forecaster, which has been brilliant. And then on the rear, this is a really crap tyre. I've got a Mavic Crossmark and I really don't like it. Nearly lost it. Especially in the wet, it's a little bit sketchy. The only reason that's on there is last year when I came to Scotland, I rode a loop on the Isle of Skye, and that had the water bars like we had on Ben Lomond, where I've sort of put my wheel out of true and dented it, but that time I didn't damage the wheel. I sliced open my rear tyre, and I was on the Isle of Skye. There's no bike shops on the Isle of Skye. You have to travel to Inverness, which is on the other side of Scotland, and the only suitable tyre they had was a Crossmark, so I got them to put that on, and I've hated it ever since. And I've been saying I'm going to change it ever since, but I have not. Pedals, I've got DMR Volt V12 pedals, which are brilliant, but I do need to change the pins, and they're getting a little bit worn. And everything else is stock really, but it's a brilliant bike. I absolutely love it. It's nice and lightweight, and I've done some stuff on there that a lot of people would consider it not to be able to handle, but it more than handles it easily. Really comfortable. It's probably my most comfortable bike. It just seems to fit brilliantly for me. So I bought this new, so you get lifetime bearing replacements. I swap them out every year. It's fairly easy to swap them out. I'm not very good mechanically, but it's fairly easy. There's a lot of them to do, but it is fairly easy. And you get your bearing, you just send them a picture of your bearings and they send you some free ones. You don't even have to send them back. It's brilliant. Yeah, I did have issues with the Santa Cruz carbon handlebars, which I thought inside I saw there was it looked like a little crack. So I sent a picture to Santa Cruz and they sent me a new set of bars, no questions asked, no issues whatsoever. I've not had any issues with the frame. Oh, there goes me bike. But I've heard a lot of good things about Santa Cruz replacing frames, that, you know, it's got a lifetime warranty, and by the sounds of it, they definitely honour that. So it's definitely worth the extra money. Yeah, so that's it. It's probably my favourite bike I own. Although that changes depending on which one I'm riding. I usually like the one I'm riding. So I'm riding this today, and this is my favourite. If you're looking for a reliable, lightweight bike that's nice and nimble and quick, and you can do some of the harder riding on it, this is the bike for you. I think so. I mean, the brakes are personal preferences, and tyres, I would say, are personal preference as well. But everything that's been on it's been brilliant. I've probably done about 2,000 miles on it, and I think it's had 2 or maybe 3 new chains. It's still going pretty strong. So I hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and check out my other videos. See you on the trails.